Chronicles of Ruin, the Red God, Horn cares not from where the blood flows, as we discover in the latest edition of the Chronicle of Ruin series, the Warhammer community website. You are born on the 8th day of golden harvests, under burning acid raids. In a filthy alley, your mother groans and gasps. Her grime-encrusted nails cut into the hands of the physicians attending her. Your mother will live, but by a narrow, messy margin. Blood drips into your closed eyes and across your raw, aching flesh. As you are lifted towards the stormy benediction, you do the only thing you can in retaliation. You scream. For 8 years you grow amongst the folks of Scant. Set on the southern coast of the Brimstone Peninsula, the strong point is unlovely, lashed by the hissing waters of the Vitriolus Ridge. On the wildest days you like to climb the sea barrier to watch the frenzied waves. Otherwise, you take instruction from the lay priests or help your mother and the other dredgers pick the lava fields for fire opals and phoenix stones. Draining work and dull, numbing the arms and the mind. Syrian accosts you while returning home one day. Syrian, Azarite son of Scant's imports chief. Most blue bloods aren't so bad, but he thinks his heritage makes him something. He and his friends speak the usual insults. Ashfate, Sootdrager, Lori Almer. You ignore him. Matron Silva always preaches Sigmar's patience. Something hits the back of your knee, pitching you into mud. As you pick yourself up, you hear them approach laughing. You try to remember the maxims of mercy to show Sigmar's love for humanity. The soldiers say your dad went mad, Sigurd says. The war broke him, so he just wandered into the wastes. Then another voice. Perhaps it's Sigmar's. Hit him. So you stand up, and you do. Your arms flail with a child's wild, earnest anger. You strike faces, break noses, dislodge teeth. You hurl Syrian to the ground and kick his wailing face. You do it again. Again. Powerful hands hold you back as Syrian and his friends run. Grunting, Drobo Vragson hauls you to his smithy. The Duardin is Azerite too, but he's always been kind. He cleans you up, smooth things over with a watch. He only offers you some advice. A grudge is a grudge, but it must be handled lawfully. That's what civilization is, lad. Then have you hit you first, the inner voice says. They started it. Now they won't hurt you again. That is what life is. You like that better. The next decade is cruel. Dredgers die meaninglessly, caught in lava flows or slain by raiders. Slowly you grow numb to the deaths, not to the resentment they bring. Scant's conclave refuses to spare any guards. Any excess manpower is used to protect the collegiate mages studying the arcane stones your friends recover at the cost of their lives. You ask one magister, when you can corner him, why they do not help more directly. He says you do not understand the importance of their work. He does not look up from his books as he speaks. Your growing cynicism sparks arguments with your mother, right until the ashen lung sees her wheeze herself inside out. Folk offer sympathy. You do not want sympathy. Sympathy is as worthless as misery. You want it to be like when you beat Syria. You want it to be simple again. Perhaps that is why you joined Scant's Free Guild. Discipline is tight as it can be on the frontiers, but it's purposeful. You discover a talent for the sword that makes you a totem for your unit. Marat penned a body ballad on the subject. For the first time, you are really contributing. Their regard is meaningful. You are deployed on the walls when the warband attacks. The marauder's armor is the red of scabbed gore. Fussel shot eviscerates many, yet they open their arms as if to welcome it. Their howling carries over black powder cracks. Blood for the... You cannot make it out, but it sounds like a chant, a promise. Impossibly, some reach the wall, scaling crude bone ladders. The one that rises before you clutches a meat axe in one hand, a skinny knife in the other. You catch her axe on your shield, splinters flying. Desperately, you try deflecting her dagger thrusts. Doctrine dictates your comrades reinforce you, but they cannot. Your people are being slaughtered. You need strength. Strength to help. Strength to win. Strength to crush her damned skull. You need it. You will. You plead to the uncaring sky. Do anything for it. It seizes you suddenly. Decisive, furious instinct. Teeth grit. You throw your weight behind your shield. It crunches into her face as your sword finds her guard. Blood spews from your enemy's mouth. She topples. You follow, taking your shield two-handed to slam it into her skull. Twice, thrice, red bone. Momentum shifts. Your company takes the initiative, hurling the enemy back. Only a few pause to watch you in quiet horror. But you won, mutters that comforting inner voice. What are they staring at? This is what war is. You won. Isn't that enough? Ash scalds your skin. Hunger twists your gut. Your legs throb with lacerations as you stagger through the night. You hadn't been out of balance before entering the ring. It hadn't even been the first time you'd fought, far from it. Soon after your display on the wall, others in the regiment had approached you, offering entrance into their quiet martial society. Nothing prescribed, not for officers' eyes, but no cult. Just a group dedicated to keeping skills sharp while blowing off steam via honest combat. Real blades, of course. It was based on faith. Before each bout, prayers were spoken to Sigmar, the warrior. At least, in theory, you'd always pray to your red god. Maybe it is Sigmar. You had stopped thinking about it. The conclave tore down the hovel you grew up in to build a munition store today. Maybe that's where the fury had come from. Fights went to first blood, and sure enough, that blood came when your knife punched out the back of Marat's mouth. His eyes stayed white with shock as he slid off the blade and crumbled. Maybe your stunned compatriots would have covered it up. You'll never know. In the silence that followed, you had fled. Out the pit in the tavern cellar and through Scan's postern gate. Out into the wastes, Marat's blood on your hands. Then, Marat was a wastrel. He thought himself a poet, but he was mostly a self-absorbed slave to empty desires. You drank with him, sparred with him, endured his ego and all the spiteful slurred jibes he later inevitably described as jest. What else could you do? Everyone made excuses for poor Marat, abandoned on the frontier by his lady love, but he hadn't been pitiable. He'd been pathetic. He'd been small. You had hated him. The tribesmen in their scalp plate are hunched behind a boulder when you stumble into them. They're turned into something dead with their teeth. You cannot see what. At the commotion, they jolt with feral sweetness, blades bared. Kill them, your red god hisses. Kill them. The strength comes again. It's animalistic and desperate, but it banishes the pain. Wailing, you tackle the largest tribesman. You still have your knife. With it, you hack open your opponent's skull. Blood leaks, cranial meat drifts in it. No sooner is the deed done than the strength bleeds away. For a moment, all you can see is the ruin of a man beneath you. Your stomach lurches, your arms suddenly trembling with the urge to hurl the stained knife away. A grunt steals your attention. The warriors are watching you. Perhaps they remember you. Our lord shall witness you, one growls as they move to seize you. Where else, ask your muse, do you have to go? The barbarian's lord, a man known as Tarskul, names himself a priest. His warband all worship their own red gods, beings with the heads of lions, with hair made of knives, with claws of brass. Your patron has no form. You've never associated with the ruinous power you were instructed to fear, but our school preaches that all deities of war, even those with civil faces, are facets of a single crimson truth, the soul of slaughter that the mortals name Corn. Corn. It feels wrong, profane, yet speaking it sees your heart thumb. It's not like you had had a choice, not when they forced you to eat human flesh at the edge of an axe, not when Tarskul had carved his school run upon your brow, but then was that so different to the comet sworn who proudly sported the twin-tailed mark? Blood for the blood god, scars for the skull throne. This Tarskul says is Corn's only commandment. Not unlike the maxim Salva had you memorized, really. You, along with the rest of a river pack, creep through ash-blasted trees towards the ruined tower. Skulls jangle from your belt. Behind the tumbled mass on your head, while their corpse ranges skulk. There is a howl as the elite of Tarskul's warband charge from the woods. You speed following them. Crossbow bolts pierce skulls or punch your fellows from their feet. Blood splashes across your scars. It is invigorating. You vault a barricade swinging your axe, bisecting a man's skull, before sprinting towards the tower and kicking open its wooden door. Inside, a fire gutters low. The wizard, the one you had questioned in scant, stares up at you, his lying on his back, chest ripped open. Tarskul crouches over him, muttering a prayer to war, carving out organs. Gore slathers his arm to the elbow. He's stolen your kill. Tarskul senses you, turning as if to speak. You are already on him through axe swinging. He's skilled enough to deflect the blow. His cutter almost pitches you to the ground. No artistry, all fists and blades. His dagger rakes your side as his teeth sharpen and brass-coated impale your shoulder. Pain floods you, and with it, raging power. You grasp Tarskul's head. He looks at you, his snarl choked as he senses favor has shifted. You draw on every ounce of fury before twisting. Bone snaps. Just to make sure you slam your forehead into the priest's. Then 7 times more until his skull breaks. The haze fades as you drop the corpse. The strength, though, this time it lingers. Grunting, you test your wounds. Rather than bleeding gashes, your finger brush hard scales. A gift. You shed blood. Glows your red god. It doesn't matter from where. Only that it flows. Give me more. So you do. You no longer measure months or years, only kings and the gifts they bring. Open in the throat of Ordo Thundermaw earns you armor that melts into your flesh. burning the Pavana and sear on her emerald pyres, his horns crown your skull. In the crypts of the Artesti dynasty, you win the axe warbreed, which hungers for wounds as much as you do. There are other kills too, challenges, rivals, those who are simply there. Their names, you don't remember, it doesn't matter. Not all grant gifts, but Korn approves nonetheless. With every skull, he roars in your mind. It reminds you that you have purpose. Your followers name you Deathbringer. Or maybe a Deathbringer, for the warband has swollen. There are many champions now. Lumbering mutants that weep and roar. Nards atop brass beasts. Even prowling red-fleshed things from beyond the split veil of worlds. You barely heed them, any of them. You just want to kill again, to feel the strength, the acknowledgement, to remember that you are alive. The wave-lash Sigmarite strong point before you seems a hovel. The rain falls red today and the sky's bloody. You charge undaunted through the lead hell streaming from the defenses, screaming your exultancy. Ladders already brace the wall, corpses piled around their base. You climb arm over arm. At the parapet appears a bearded Duardin, arms marked with the distinctive burns of a smith. You drive Warbreed into his face and drag his twitching corpse over the wall. You are up. Other gore-crusted warriors slaughter through Sigmarites. Men rush you as a pack. You rip your axe through three of them, break another with a headbutt before snapping the neck of some cleric as she bellows. A cry draws your attention. Some marshal confronts you, clutching a greatsword. You loom over him, shadow falling long. His patrician Azerite sneer marred by an all ill-healed nose flickers. Is that recognition? His footwork is expert. Arsing silver fills your vision as he slices scars across your chest. But it's just pain, just scars. That's all life is. The only thing to do is rage against it. Anger ignites like 1,000 furnaces. It's more complete than ever, transcendent. Stone shatters as you bear down on your foe, world narrowed in the totality of rage. Nothing can harm you. You are a weapon, not a warrior. Death, butchery, eternal. You catch his blade and shatter it. You catch his chest and shatter it. Before the Azerite falls, you grab him by the arm, the ankle, and pull until he comes apart in an ichorous spray. His spine dangles like a twitching eel. Your roar shakes the heaven. The settlement burns, warriors spill into it, mud with murderlust, bearing for Korn's bloody tithe. There's still a resistance. You'll kill them all, you'll stalk their bones until the axe slams into your back. Cold flashes through you, staggering. You tumble from the parapet. It's a long way to the ground. You hit it all the same. Above, the sky is still burning. You croak, writhing in the ruby pool spreading beneath you, reaching for your axe. A salivate warrior sprints past. Did they kill you? Did they, in their frenzy, even realize? Vision dimming, you strain to hear your red god. Haven't you pleased him? Haven't you slain well? But there's nothing. He cares not from where the blood flows, only that it does. Leagues away, among slums racked by storms, a child is brought bloodily into life. They scream, Emma, yet to